What's up, y'all? Um, yeah, so I woke up like 2 o'clock this morning, and I was laying on the couch. Of course, this is so random, such a random time, man. But I was laying on the couch, and I was watching something on TV about something called the Taboo Room on YouTube, and it's a young guy who goes in these different hoods, and like the darkest hoods in the country, and he interviews these young guys about their life, man. Everybody got the crazy amounts of guns and this and that. And the first thing that really came to my mind, man, was that there's a consistency. He went to Philadelphia, he went to Chicago, he went to Jamaica, he went to Memphis, different towns. And I noticed that it's the same pattern with these young guys. I mean, the same talk, the same drug use, the same trauma, the same conversation. And anytime you see a pattern like that all over the country, these young guys don't know each other. The guys out here hustling, trying to make it, you know what I mean? They don't know each other. But yet it's the same pattern. And anytime you see a pattern where you see the same brokenness city to city, the same conversation city to city, that's planned. That's planned. It's planned. It's planned. And it's planned to break men. It's planned to break men. I do this podcast, man, because I know there's a lot of broken men out there. It's a lot of broken men, and it has nothing to do with poverty, man. You know, it has nothing to do with just poverty. A lot of men are just broken. A lot of us are sad. A lot of our plans didn't happen. A lot of things happened to us that we couldn't recover from. Men are silent sufferers, man. We suffer in silence. We put that smile on. We get through our day. But I started this podcast, man. I don't think I ever really talk like this. Usually I'm in my teaching mode. So feel this, man. I hope y'all feel this conversation. I started this podcast. I was a pastor for 26 years. I traveled all over the world. And one thing about me was I never was a suit and tie guy. I always, I believe in the work of Jesus Christ, and I believe that he was a legend. I believe he was a legend, but I also believe he was a revolutionary. And what he did was he walked around, he changed lives, man. He went into the gutters. He went around people that other people wouldn't go around. I'm telling y'all why I follow Christ, man. I don't follow Christ because I tote my Bible under my arm or I'm better than anybody. Just as much as I respect Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Gandhi and all these different cats, man. Um, Marcus Garvey, man. These people who made great movements in the world. I respect them because they were revolutionaries. They saw something that was worth changing, right? And I think as men, man, there's something that needs to change, and all of us are called to change it, right? Different things. But I think what it is we all get caught up in the system of what we have, what we drive, how much money we need to make, all the distractions, man, that take us away from the purpose of our lives. You got a purpose, bro. You got a particular purpose that belongs to you. You got a particular problem in the world that you're born to solve, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I wish more men were in touch with it, right? So I stopped wishing. So I started a podcast. I started a podcast dedicated to men, dedicated to our healing, to our conversation, right? And to a place where men can say how they really feel. That's why I did it, man, because I mean men that the rate of suicide is high in men. The rate of depression is high in men, and we can't keep on ignoring these numbers, man, because we are the ones who care for the children, and we care for the women, and we care for the family. That's why I say, man, this stuff is bought and paid for. It is a plan to take men down. I'm 44. It's a plan to take me down. I'm not saying it's a government plot against me or nothing like that, but it's spiritual, right? You destroy a man, you destroy a whole lot when you destroy a man. And I think this is the conversation that we're not having. You destroy a whole lot. You destroy a man, you destroy a whole lot. You destroy generations. You destroy the mindset of kids. You destroy a man, you destroy a lot. And in this society, man, it's almost a push to make men irrelevant. right? It's a push to make men irrelevant. And the sad part about it is I think that a lot of us are giving up, man. We're giving up. We're giving up because we can't find our place no more. And everything we were taught to be as men growing up, right? It seems like it's not a place for that anymore. So I'm finding a weakness in men, and this is not a blame, this is not a knock. I'm finding a weakness in us because we just don't know where to go. We're in survival mode. We're in survival mode. And as men, we can't just survive, man. We got to thrive. But the thing is the systems in society, right? The system. And, when we talk about Hollywood, there's a Hollywood in every system, right? Hollywood is the place where people go to brand themselves and not help anybody else. And that's what's happening to the world. There's Hollywood in the church world. There's a Hollywood in the Muslim world. There's a Hollywood in the world we see. There's a Hollywood in the education world, right? There's gatekeepers in every world, right? And I think what's happening is men are being convinced that the top is where you need to be, right? And it's really amongst the people is where you really need to be. That's where your wisdom needs to be, amongst the people. That's where your love needs to be, amongst the people. Right? Where are the people that are about the people? I did that. We live in a capitalistic society, bro. We do. We live in a capitalistic society, but everybody can't get turned out by this system, man. Everybody can't get turned out by, look, man, how much money we can get. Everybody can't get turned out by how much you can collect or you can take, right? Where the men, bro? Where the men? Where the men? Where the men is going to stand up and say, you know what? Let me see what I can do in my community, right? See, it's not about standing on the stage in front of thousands of people. That's a seduction that takes men away from the small things they can fix right in their families or their communities, right? It's not about being a star and being a brand, right? It's about what can I do for this kid on my block? What can I do for this young girl on my block or this single mom, man, who I see struggling, right? We need more heroes. We need more heroes. We need more heroes and that ain't worried about being on CNN. We need more heroes that ain't worried about hitting the news or what you gonna become, right? What you gonna become is a freaking revolutionary and to the problems that you see out here that hurt you, right? What out here hurts you, man? What do we care about as men anymore? What do we care about as men? Where's the stance? Man, I got a great respect for, and I know I'm just kicking it, y'all, but I hope y'all can kick it with me. I listen, right? Because this is the stuff that wake me up in the morning. This is stuff that have me sitting there staring, you know, at our culture, right? At the culture. And when I talk like this, man, I'm a black man, but I'm not talking just black. That's another trick, right? The black issues and white issues, and this is the Hispanic issues. Let me tell you something, bro. You think our enemy cares what color we are? You think our enemy cares what color we are? You think when the enemy wants to destroy a child, he says, you know what? Well, they black, let me get them, or they Hispanic, let me get them. They white, let me get them. No, the enemy has a different plan to get everybody, right? If the black kids and the Latino kids and the poor white kids is in the hood, they're gonna die the same way, right? You got rich kids that hang themselves in closets. That's no different than the kid in the hood. But you see the distraction? The distraction is to make us hate each other, look at each other. Well, look at the crime in Chicago. That's the nonsense you hear on TV. Look at the crime here, right? And while we're all battling each other, we got an enemy that's sitting back laughing at all of us, right? Because we waiting for somebody to save us. We waiting for some politician to save us. We waiting for some political party to save us. That ain't here to save you, man. It's here to take from you, right? That's here to take from you. A lot of these religious organizations, man, they took more than they ever gave. A lot of churches took more than they ever gave, right? And I'm speaking from church as a man who follows Christ. I seen the game in church, and I'm sure some seen the game in the mosque. And I'm sure a lot of you Jewish brothers see the game in the synagogue. And I'm sure a lot of you political brothers see the game in politics, right? But these are all the things that stretching us apart, breaking us up. Oh, they the Christians over there, they the Muslims over there, right? They the rich folks over there. We live in a class society. We live in a class society, and everybody's looking at each other crazy. Again, we got one enemy with one plan. And we got all these men. We got men of great substance in their head. We got great men with great substance in their hands. They can do great things. We can do great things together, but we so distracted by all the nonsense. Come on, we distracted by who running for president. We distracted by who running for Congress, man. Let me, if you really think about it, man, when has any of that changed your life? Because I'm gonna tell you what's real. The family is the strongest entity that ever existed. Not any political party, not any church, not any masjid, not any synagogue. The strongest entity that ever existed was the family. That's facts, right? I ain't here to argue it out. Look, I ain't arguing with nobody at 3 in the morning, right? But think about it, bro. Think about it. Think about it. It was no religious organization in the garden. It was a man and his family. And before it was a man and his family, it was just a man, a structured man. A man that had wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and a man who had a relationship with God. Now let's talk something deep right here, right? When here now, like people, we're seeking to trust God for the things we need, right? Right. Some of you who are spiritual men, right? You're seeking God for the things you need, or you're trusting God for the things you need. And I'm gonna tell you, in Genesis, it was reversed. God trusted man. Think about it. He created a whole garden and told Adam, look, name everything in it. Name everything in your garden, right? I trust you. And whatever you say, I'll back it. That's how much God has honor for man. Another thing is that God created, when he created the whole world, 6 days, right? Right? He said, when I create man, everything else he created by the word of his power, right? By the word of his power. He said, let there be, let there be, let there be, let there be light, let there be this, let there be that. When it came to man, he stopped talking and he started touching, right? God who takes up all space, infinite God, put his hands in dirt and formed man from the dust of the ground. That's how important a man is to God. It's going to take, it's not just going, it's more than his word that's going to form you. I'm going to form you by hand. I'm going to form you detailed. I'm going to detail how I form you. I'm going to spend time working with you. He structured you. And a lot of you brothers, man, you're struggling right now because it's like you don't feel structured. You know, we need to feel structured. That's how we were made. We weren't made erratic. We were made with a plan. And anytime a man's mind is off, it's because he don't have a plan no more. Every man was made with a plan. He was made by a plan. So when you live a life that it seems like it's so erratic, it's not for you. It's not for you. And that's why it seems so crazy to you, because it's not for you. That up and down life is not for you. It's a structured life with a purpose involved, right? Them dudes, them young cats I see on this taboo room thing, all of these says they got a purpose. And I'm gonna tell you why. See, but it's again, society, the system makes us think those dudes have nothing. And the society makes them cats feel like they have nothing or they're worth nothing. And then makes a guy say like me, who got a college degree, then the system is to make me look at them like they trash, right? That's what the system wants me to look at them young cats like they trash, or questioning why couldn't y'all do better. Some cats couldn't do no better, man, right? So whose job is it then? Whose job is it? Well, if I'm seeing it and it breaks my heart, then it's mine. Well, what breaks your heart as a man? What breaks your heart out here? Do you care? What do you care about? What do you care about? What do you care about out here in this society that you know you could put your hands to and change? There was a man named Bill Strickland, man. I saw his documentary probably almost 20 years ago, right? He did a great work in Pittsburgh. You should look him up. Bill Strickland, the beast. But what he did was all he knew how to do was pottery, right? All he knew how to do was pottery. So he got a row home in the city and he started teaching kids pottery, because that was his skill. That was his only skill. And I want y'all to see this. It's a teachable moment, right? All he had was pottery. So he taught kids pottery. And now the man has, buildings, warehouses, acres and acres of land in different cities, where he started out teaching pottery and people saw how much effect he was having on the community. So different companies came in. Now he has this Bidwell Center where it's pottery, it's photography, it's flowers, it's culinary, it's everything you could think of that's affecting the hood, where these people can come now, be educated, become professionals in that place. And Pittsburgh now hires people from the Bidwell Center because of how well they've been trained. Because a man had one skill that he gave the community: pottery. Right. So what's the one skill you can give the community? What the community around you, right? And we ain't just talking about the hood, man. Like I said, you don't be fooled by suburban life, or you know, don't be so fooled because now you got 5 bedroom and you got lawns in front and the back. Man, trauma don't care about your front lawn. Trauma don't care about the fact that you got a pool now. I'm trying to tell y'all that this battle we dealing with is spiritual. Man, my alarm clock, this about time I'm supposed to wake up. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. This is so crazy. Yeah, that's when I was supposed to wake up, but I woke up hours ago. Um, but the question is, man, what you gonna do? Like, what can you change around you, right? Right? This like the education system, right? Do you know what I was a principal of a school, and my primary work in there, for me, my purpose when I was there was not just to educate those kids or get them the best education. One of my greatest goals was to gather fathers, because I was convinced that if you can gather fathers around the school, you got the strongest school in the country. Fathers. And man, we had dads. I'm talking about I used to be in the car line in the morning and dads popping out the car, man, just to give me, oh man, the hug, man, the handshake, oh bro, have a good day, all that. Men got behind that school, and it got strong. Whatever men gets behind, it gets strong, right? Whatever men get behind, it gets strong, because that's how we were made. Look, you still are Adam, bro. The first man, Adam, God trusted him. He was creative. He was creative. He used all his skills, man. He changed things around him, right? When his lady came, she had no name, she had no identity. He had the power in his words, right? To create. Her name is Eve, right? And so the deeper concept is, whatever you say, as a man, you can heal a woman by your words. You can if she feels depressed, you can rename her with joy. That's the inference of what Adam did. He has the power, and you can do the same thing with your kids. You can, Dad, I'm sad. You have the power in your mouth to lift them up. And again, here's another distraction. Somebody said, "Well, hold up, Christian. Well, man, I've been on drugs, man. I ain't seen my kids. Or man, I've been building this company, man. I ain't seen my kids. I ain't, my wife, my ex-wife, my girlfriend, she been taking. Man, I'm gonna tell you, the trick is to keep us feeling like we aren't worthy of it, or we're too busy for it. The trick is to keep you out the house. The trick is to keep you from speaking. The trick is to keep you depressed as a man. The trick is to keep you broken, or keep you feeling incapable, unworthy. That's the trick, right? And if I do feel worthy, then the other trick is, well, hate him because he's black, or hate him because he's Hispanic, or hate him because he's Asian, or hate him because he's gay. Hate him. You see what I'm saying? Do you see? Do you see? I want you to see behind the veil, man. I want you to see behind the veil of what's really going on. It even social media. Man, one of the things that breaks my heart the most as a man, I'm doing a Dear Brother podcast, is to strengthen men, and you can't strengthen something without challenging it. You can't strengthen something without challenging it. And so I challenge men with certain things. And you know what I get in my inbox, or I get with these comments? I've been called all kinds of names. I've been called weak. I've been called this. I've been called that. I've been called, oh, you can't get girls, so you pander to women. It's so crazy, right? If I'm pandering to women, then I would have a podcast for women tearing down men. I got a podcast for men talking to men. And just because I challenge men, they say I'm pandering to women on a podcast for men talking to men. You see, I don't get mad at these brothers, because I realize that's the division, that's the distraction. Anything that challenges me, I'm going to shoot at. Don't we see in the society, right? Now I know y'all gonna expect me to go to the hood since I said, shoot at, but you know what that is? That's not just in the hood with physical. No, 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 no. It's also in the corporate world. See, this is why I want you guys to see as a spirit, right? Because that's the spirit that makes, they white collar and they killing each other in these corporate offices, right? Tearing each other apart. People are going home having heart attacks, strokes right there in the office, right? The stress, the backbiting. It's no different. It's no different on the top level because the spirit is the same. The approach is just different. But the whole goal of it is to get you to look at me and me to look at you and you trash. And we are not each other's enemy, bro. We are not each other's enemy. We're not each other's enemy. Again, I'll go back to the politics. Oh, you're a Republican, I'm a Democrat, you're independent. We enemies. Enemies for what? Think about it. Every couple years, you gonna put we gonna put on we. I can't say we. I ain't never been into it, but I watch people put on this hat, right? So right now in the Republican Party it was the Trump hat. Before it was the Bush hat, the Reagan hat, and just hat after hat after hat. Right, same thing in the Democratic Party, right? You had an Obama hat, and then before that, you had the Clinton hat, and then had a hat. And every 8 years, you putting on a different identity. When you gonna put on your hat? You gonna put on the hat that got your family name on it. See the game? Y'all see the game? When you gonna put on the hat that got your family name on it? When you gonna rep that hat? When you gonna rep that? Hmm? Yeah, yeah. For you cats down in the hood, the Crips, the Bloods, you represent that color. When you gonna represent your last name? Right? Your kids. What you gonna do? Hmm? When you gonna rep something stronger? I'm not repping a political party before I rep my last name. I got babies, right? But that's a distraction. Represent us. Donate to us. Man, you don't. Are we building a fund for our family? Are we building a fund for our community? Are we building a fund, or are we watching politicians raise billions of dollars to win a campaign? You only see them when it's time to collect the vote. You only see politicians when it's time to collect the vote. You see your mama every day, right? You see your kids every day. So no, this talk ain't random. It's real. It's real. Something told me get over that computer, man. I was sitting over there chilling, just watching TV. Like, nah, I'm gonna do my morning show at 6. Nah, bro, it's something I had to say to y'all right now. Right? It ain't. Look, it ain't all well put together, man. It ain't about being well put together. It's my presentation. It's about talking to some men, man, because God woke me up. And go talk to them. Where's the revolution, bro? Where's the revolution? The revolution ain't got nothing to do with violence. The revolution got all to do with the thinking of the mind. When I could put my mind next to your mind and see what we can change about the community. Again, how can we change our schools? Right? How can we change? How we can put more kids in these libraries? How can we educate more kids about their financial future? Right? Where this stuff is not just one guy doing it over here and one guy doing it over here. I'm not saying that men aren't doing anything. I'm saying the movement. See, a lot of people, when I was leading in church, I would say the church, and you know what people say? Oh, my church, and I do this. No, no. I'm talking about a movement where you got thousands of men doing something that everybody looks at. Right? The whole government got to slow down and say, "Oh, what's happening?" City organizations, city politics. Oh, what's happening? What's happening where you got 1,500 men at the education building saying we want to talk about education in our city? Yeah. What happens? What happens then? What happens then? What happens then? What happens when we all get together and go and say, look, this certain business is treating these elderly people wrong in this community, right? When would 2,000 men show up at an old folks care facility and say, hey, we heard y'all not treating these people right? What's up? We need y'all to do better in this community for our people. What we gonna do? You understand? What we gonna do? Could you imagine? Now I don't want to imagine it though. I want it to be real. I want it to be real. I want it to be real and not led by a king, right? We don't need a king. All of us are kings. All of us. All of us. All of us. All of us have brilliance. All of us have God-given brilliance, right? I'm in Philly, so we got Kensington, we got K&A, we got people that's falling over with the dope fiend lean. People standing straight up sleep, bent over sleep, right? Now, do we have organizations doing help? Yes, absolutely. I'm sure in all your cities you have organizations to help these people. You have organizations to help the elderly, right? But I'm talking about a massive movement of men who all care about the elderly, and these 3,000 guys say we gonna search every elder care and we gonna make sure elders are good. Like for me, for example, one of my dreams. There go my alarm. I'm supposed to wake up. All right, let me turn this alarm on. One of my dreams, man, I was a dialysis patient, right? Back in uh I got a kidney transplant in 2020. But one of my dreams is to start a dialysis care center near every dialysis place. When I say dialysis care center, I mean after dialysis, right? So for I know some of y'all ain't never, of course, and I pray that you never do, but I have been on dialysis. And after that 4 hour, 3 times a week, man, it was days I walked in the house, or I didn't walk in the house. It was days I would leave my door unlocked so I can like literally crawl out of my car, crawl up on my deck, and on my knees crawl into my house because I didn't have the energy to stand up and put my key and all that kind of stuff, right? And out of that pain, instead of being bitter about what I went through, I said, man, I want to be able to start care centers for dialysis patients so that when they leave dialysis, they can come somewhere, they can eat, they can be cared for, they can listen to some jazz, it can be some candles, they can relax before they go home. That's one of my, you see? So see that small, if I can find the funding, or one of y'all rich people out there say, you know what, Christian, I believe in you, right? Right? Here's the money to do it. But that's my goal. That's one of my goals, man. I want to heal in every place that I was hurt before. You hear me? You hear me listening to this, bro? If every man wants to heal other people in the places they used to hurt, whole world change, bro. Whole world change. And then we not waiting for heroes to help us. You're a hero. You're a hero. Oh, all right, yo, I gotta get ready for my morning show at at 6 a.m. Man, thanks for listening to my 2 a.m. I don't know what it was, my 2 a.m. heart share. But I love y'all guys, man. I got something big planned in my heart. I'm not in a rush, man, because I can't plan it. I don't have anything. I don't have anything but this dream. I got a dream, right? And I got some books that y'all should go get my books, man. Amazon.com. You should go get it. You should go. Let me see. Here it is. Home Where Hurt May Heal, man. Go grab that book. I wrote that book while I was living in a car 2 years ago. Go get that book, man. It's changing lives. You got a girlfriend, you got a wife. Here's the partner book on Amazon. Soul of Sarah. I've been selling this book all around the country as a package, man, to heal my sisters, to heal my brothers, right? Yeah. And for some of you guys who are disconcerted with religion, right? I love God. I serve God, but I'm not serving a religious system in church where I'm serving a man's dream and not getting God's dream done. I tell my whole story in this book, 1441. I start speaking at 14. I got this revelation at 41. I left church to serve God, man. I got some books, man. Y'all go grab these books, man. Grab these books. Go to my website too. This is the most important one to me. Go to my website. For some of you cats out there who like, look, man, I need a brother to talk to. I need some coaching. I need some help thinking through this process here, man. I just got married. I'm just having kids. And I'm trying to figure it out. If some of you brothers, I lost a child before. For some of you brothers who lost a child and you never talked through it, bro, I'm there. Go to my website, christianwinters.com, right? christianwinters.com. Go to my website right now. I got donation-based coaching, man. For some of y'all who say, look, man, I don't have much. Man, I don't even have nothing. I don't have nothing to pay for that. I'm trying to buy a chicken sandwich to get through the day. I want help, but I can't afford it. Well, guess what? Got donation-based counseling. And for some of you big money guys out there, man, donate, 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 man, donate. Master Built One, donate, donate, because what it does is it allows me to help other people, other men, right? Help them for free because they can't get it, right? Donate, man. Help the cause. Help the cause. Let me see. Let me see. Um, I'm sorry. I usually know how to work all this stuff in the morning. Where is it at? Uh, that's my ticker. Uh, Master Built One, man. Here it is, right here. There it is. Help me help men, bro. Help me help men. Help me help men. Help me help men. Help me help these boys in these schools, man. Donate. My organization is called Master Built Men. It is tax deductible, man. I'm doing this for the rest of my life. I'll die on the hill of building men up. All right, y'all. I'm out. Thanks for hanging out with me, man. No fear, no shame, no compromise. See you. Love all you brothers.